Imagine a world where the very foundations of morality, religion, and social norms are turned upside down, where everything you've been told about good and evil is questioned, and where the pursuit of self-creation becomes the highest form of human existence. This was the world Friedrich Nietzsche inhabited, a world full of intellectual and personal battles, yet also one where he developed some of the most revolutionary and controversial ideas in philosophy. Through his work, Nietzsche boldly challenged society's deeply ingrained conventions and advocated for the rise of a new type of human being, the Übermensch. Friedrich Nietzsche's legacy is complex and far-reaching. His writings continue to spark intense debate among philosophers, psychologists, and even artists. But at the heart of his work lies a call to individual freedom, self-overcoming, and the rejection of external sources of meaning. Nietzsche's struggles, both personal and intellectual, shaped the very essence of his philosophical thought. His concept of the Übermensch offers a radical vision for human potential, one that encourages us to rise above societal limitations and create our own values. This essay will explore Nietzsche's personal struggles and how they influenced his conception of the Übermensch, as well as how he challenged conventional norms and promoted the idea of self-creation. Before diving into Nietzsche's profound contributions, I'd like to welcome you to the Unfolding Journey YouTube channel. In this space, we explore the depth of human thought, creativity, and philosophy. Today, we'll embark on an intellectual journey into the life and ideas of one of the most influential figures in modern philosophy, Friedrich Nietzsche. We'll explore his personal challenges, his struggle against societal norms, and how his radical ideas continue to resonate with those of us seeking to understand the true potential of the human spirit. I'm excited to share this journey with you. And if you find this video insightful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into philosophy and personal development. Friedrich Nietzsche's life was marked by personal suffering, both physical and emotional, that profoundly influenced his philosophical outlook. Born in 1844 in Aachen, Prussia, Nietzsche's early life was steeped in loss and tragedy. His father, a Lutheran pastor, died when Nietzsche was just 5 years old, leaving a void in his life that would never fully heal. Nietzsche's relationship with his mother and sister was strained, particularly as his health began to deteriorate. Throughout his life, he faced crippling physical ailments, including severe migraines, vision problems, and a range of other illnesses that forced him to live a life of constant suffering and isolation. These struggles with his body and health made Nietzsche acutely aware of the limitations and vulnerabilities of human existence. However, it was his psychological and emotional battles that often shaped his philosophical thinking. Nietzsche was deeply aware of the pressures of societal norms, and he felt alienated by the rigid moral systems of his time, particularly Christianity. The prevailing Christian morality, with its emphasis on humility, self-sacrifice, and meekness, was something that Nietzsche saw as limiting the potential of human beings. He viewed these moral ideals as a way to suppress the will to power, a central concept in his philosophy. Christianity, for Nietzsche, was a force that encouraged weakness and victimhood, rather than strength and vitality. His personal life was not without its turmoil. Nietzsche had few lasting friendships, and his relationships with women were fraught with disappointment and miscommunication. His failed romantic relationships, particularly his unrequited love for Lou Andrea Salome, left him feeling isolated and misunderstood. It was during these painful times that Nietzsche began to develop his philosophy of individualism and self-creation. His struggles with mental and physical health led him to reject the conventional paths of societal success, instead choosing to live a life of intellectual independence, isolated in the Swiss Alps and other solitary locations, where he could write without interruption. Nietzsche's health deteriorated rapidly in the 1880s, and he experienced a mental breakdown in 1889, after which he spent the remaining years of his life in a state of mental illness. Despite these struggles, Nietzsche's philosophical work remained a bold and uncompromising critique of traditional values. His personal suffering became an integral part of his intellectual journey, shaping the existential themes that run through his work. The concept of the Übermensch One of Nietzsche's most famous and controversial ideas is that of the Übermensch, often translated as the Overman or Superman. In Nietzsche's vision, the Übermensch represents the pinnacle of human evolution, an individual who has transcended the conventional moral frameworks and limitations imposed by society, religion, and tradition. The Übermensch is not merely a stronger or more capable human being, but one who has created his own values, independent of external authority. Nietzsche introduced the concept of the Übermensch most notably in his work Thus Spoke Zarathustra, where the character Zarathustra, a prophet-like figure, proclaims the arrival of the Übermensch as the goal of human evolution. Zarathustra's teachings advocate for the overcoming of the last man, a symbol of mediocrity, complacency, and the fear of change. The Übermensch is the antidote to the last man, a creature who embodies the spirit of creativity, strength, and vitality. Nietzsche's Übermensch is the person who embraces life fully, without fear or self-doubt, and who creates their own purpose in the face of a world that offers no inherent meaning. To understand the Übermensch, it's crucial to examine Nietzsche's concept of the will to power. The will to power is the fundamental force that drives human beings, not just for survival, but for growth, achievement, and self-overcoming. It is the desire to assert oneself, to shape one's environment, and to transcend limitations. For Nietzsche, the Übermensch is the embodiment of the will to power, someone who actively shapes their own destiny and refuses to be confined by societal constraints. In Nietzsche's view, the Übermensch is not a static ideal, but a continual process of becoming. The Übermensch is someone who is always in the process of self-overcoming, constantly pushing beyond previous limits and transcending the conventional boundaries of morality and self-identity. The Übermensch represents a new kind of human being, one who has liberated themselves from the shackles of traditional values and is free to create their own path. Challenging societal norms. Nietzsche's critique of societal norms was radical and far-reaching. He argued that traditional morality, particularly Christian morality, had a stifling effect on human potential. In works like On the Genealogy of Morals and The Birth of Tragedy, Nietzsche examined how societal structures, especially religion, shaped the values that govern people's lives. He believed that the traditional moral systems promoted weakness, passivity, and submission, which were antithetical to the human drive for strength, power, and creativity. One of Nietzsche's most famous proclamations is "God is dead," which appears in The Gay Science. This phrase encapsulates Nietzsche's view that traditional religious belief no longer holds sway over modern consciousness. The death of God, in Nietzsche's view, was not a cause for despair, but an opportunity for humanity to break free from the constraints of religious dogma and create new values. Nietzsche saw the death of God as a crisis, but also as a chance for humans to embrace their own creative potential. Nietzsche's philosophy also targeted the herd mentality of society, the tendency of individuals to conform to societal norms and live according to the expectations of others. He saw this conformity as a form of mediocrity that prevented individuals from realizing their true potential. The Übermensch was in part a challenge to the herd mentality. The Übermensch is someone who does not follow the crowd but forges their own path, guided by their own values and desires, not by the conventions of society. Encouraging self-creation. At the core of Nietzsche's philosophy is the idea of Selbsterschaffung, self-creation. For Nietzsche, the act of self-creation is central to becoming an Übermensch. It is the process of becoming who you are meant to be, independent of external influences, judgments, or traditions. Nietzsche encouraged individuals to look inward and to embrace their unique potential, rather than conforming to societal expectations or religious dogma. Self-creation is an ongoing, dynamic process that involves questioning assumptions, challenging norms, and constantly pushing the boundaries of what is possible. Nietzsche's idea of the Übermensch is not just an abstract ideal, but a call to action, an invitation to embrace life's challenges and create new meaning in a world that offers none. It is a rejection of passivity and an embrace of vitality, creativity, and the freedom to define one's own existence. Friedrich Nietzsche's concept of the Übermensch represents a bold challenge to the conventional norms and values that govern society. It calls for the creation of new values, the rejection of societal expectations, and the embrace of self-overcoming. Nietzsche's personal struggles with health, alienation, and societal norms deeply influenced his philosophy, giving rise to a vision of human potential that emphasizes individuality, freedom, and self-creation. His radical ideas continue to provoke thought and debate today, offering an inspiring and challenging call for those seeking to transcend conventional limits and create their own path. Thank you for joining me on this intellectual journey through the life and ideas of Friedrich Nietzsche. If you enjoyed this exploration and want to continue learning about the world of philosophy and personal development, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to The Unfolding Journey for more thought-provoking content. Let's continue this journey together.